You can be, do, and have anything you want. Hi, I'm Tracy from the Money Boss Show, and I am here to help you step into your personal power, make more money, and build the life of your dreams. Today, we are talking about you building your dream life. I think nowadays, guys, I am just on a rant here. Now more than ever, the opportunity to easily and quickly build our dream life is at our fingertips. Now more than ever, I think we need to take control of our life and chart our own destiny. Now more than ever, people are hitting rock bottom. People are stuck, people are broke, people are unhappy, unhealthy, and not living their dream life. Why? That's not the way it's supposed to be. Life is not meant to be a struggle. Does that sound like news to you? I think a lot of us are taught to go to school, go to university, get a good job, get married, have 1.5 children, white picket fence, and just put your head down and do life. Life doesn't need to be that way. That is literally the definition of working in the matrix. And it's also highly outdated. The school system was created, I think, in the 30s, around the time when factories were starting up, the industrial period. They created schools so that the workers for all these new factories could have a place to put their kids. School. And what was the point of school? To train the next generation of workers. Show up, clock in, clock out, put your hand up, listen, take in commands, don't question authority, do what you're told. With the internet and all the tools at our fingertips, now more than ever, there is the opportunity for you to build your dream life. And people are doing it every day. As much as we look at the news, which is our biggest mistake, or do like the doom scroll on social media, you either see the influencers living the life and going, oh my God, they're special, or you see people that are sick, tired, and broke. It is just so much on the brain. But the truth is, if you shut the doom scroll off, if you shut the news off, and if you actually start thinking factually, there are more millionaires and billionaires, first generation, than there ever has been. When I started my media company 17 years ago, I was one of the break-in people that wasn't part of the big media groups. And here's the thing, I was breaking in, and that was 17 years ago. Here's the thing. Here is the thing. Websites. My website cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars. I had to pay to advertise. Social media was barely a thing. Now you can go online, create accounts on all the platforms, pop up a website for free or next to free, and get going. There is wealth, there are riches at our fingertips, but we are operating on an old mindset. Hey, it's me. Real quick, if you're enjoying this episode, like it and subscribe so you don't miss a future video. I am here to create a money revolution, and that involves helping people, helping you step into your personal power, make more money, and build your dream life. It is possible. It is possible for you. Join me on this money revolution. Subscribe now. We're thinking about like the 1930s. And if not that, we're thinking about the mindset of the 70s and 80s. We need to upgrade this operating system, this powerful, powerful iPhone. There's more power in this thing than there is in our iPhone, yet we don't upgrade it. And we're operating on limiting beliefs and facts and information and education system and tools of 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Heck, sometimes we're still saying the same thing as our great grandparents that survived the Depression. It's not adding up. Crying shame, they don't update the education system. We'll leave that for another day, whether that's done purposely or not. No, let's go there. It is done purposely because if they taught us everything we needed to know to create our own reality, make money, and manage our money, we wouldn't participate in the system. We would get smart. We would refuse to be a cog in the wheel, and we would stop being a constant consumer, giving our money and our power away. So if you are sitting there and you're watching this like Money Boss, you are obviously keen. You want to build your dream life. You can do it. You can do it. You don't need to be from riches. You don't need to have the golden spoon that you were fed from. Your past doesn't matter. And that's the crazy thing. We're always operating on a lagging reality. What we know in our brain is past information and results today from past information's thoughts, beliefs, feelings, and actions. If not, operating on mindset from our family of origin. Scary. So do me a favor. Go, okay, the past is the past. I create my reality. And what I do today will create my future. Let's forget about this. Whether you are poor right now, whether you think you're dumb, whatever your story is, we always have a theme in our mind. We're the underdog because we're a female or from a different country. We always have that narrative. If somebody like you has achieved the goal you want, you can do it. There's your results. There's your proof. If your thing that you run in your mind, I'll use that, is, well, I can't do that because I'm a female and females are suppressed. My goodness, look around. Women are conquering the world. Sorry, men. You guys are conquering the world too. But I find it funny when I hear people going, oh, I can't do that because I was born poor. I can't do that because I'm a female. I can't do that because I'm too young. Every single belief, those are beliefs, those are not facts. Because if somebody else like you has done it, is doing it, that's your personal belief because they just blew your theory out of the water. If one woman has become a millionaire, you can do it. It's just you don't know how. So here's the thing. If you want to build your dream life, you need to have the awareness that you can do it. And that is what I'm talking to you about here. Your reality as it sits, like I said, is based on old information, whether that's from your life, which it is, you've built it to this point. My life as it sits today is because of 42 years of thoughts, beliefs, feelings, actions. And then a lot of that I've programmed out would have been stuff from my family that was programmed when I was 0 to 7 as a kid, taking in all that. Oh, who do you think we are? Rockefellers? We don't have money for that. Do you think I'm rich? Be grateful for what you have. Starving kids in Africa. So you need to have the awareness that who you are today is really probably not you. You're just operating on society, your family, media, church, all these different beliefs. If we could take a USB stick and put it in here and go, okay, updating, what do I want? What are my dreams? What do I want to accomplish? Let's just get rid of everybody else's programming saying I can't do it. Let's get rid of my old programming because now I know whatever I want, I can achieve because making money, building your dream life is really factual, not emotional. It's steps. And that's what we don't realize. I remember being, well, 17 years ago, so 17 years younger, starting to build this company. And at that, I was keen. I knew my mind set helped if I was positive, law of attraction, but I didn't fully realize it's taken me so long to realize we do create our reality. And I remember driving and desperately learning how to build a media company because I didn't know how to do it. listening to podcasts going, wow, that person is so amazing. Like they're obviously special. I want to be successful. I want to make money. Can I? Like I wasn't born successful. And then hearing different thought leaders saying, you can do it. I, at one point, didn't know what I was doing, and look at what I've done. Our life today is old news. If you take and do things in a certain way from today on, your future can look dramatically different than your past. And it should be. Here's the problem. Most people don't know that they're creating their reality. So we do a lot of things in our younger years. We go to school, we learn sports, we go to university, and then we stop learning. We get in a job, and let's say we train to be a graphic designer. We're a graphic designer and we stop learning. And then we get into the workplace, and each job has a cap on the income. So you've trained to go into a profession, and within that profession, unless it's sales, unless it's management, you're going to have a very structured pay grade. I didn't realize that. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to graduate from university and conquer the world, and I'm going to get rich. Then I realized at the rate that companies give raises, which to protect the companies, it's true. You can only pay so much. Companies, for the most part, have small margins at the end of the day. They can't give you a 10 grand raise every year. They'd go broke. So people are paid according to supply and demand. There's a lot of people that can fill the role of secretary or admin. So that's a low pay grade. Then you go into like a supervisor and manager. Those people become more valuable because they manage people. They can pay more, but there's still a structure. So here's the thing. We graduate, we get into life, and then we stop learning and we get in this rut, and we're somehow hoping something's going to magically come and the boss is going to give us a huge raise. Or we're like, okay, that's all my life can amount to. But in this day and age, literally, if you have knowledge, let's say you're a graphic designer, you can work your job and in the part-time go onto freelancer websites, put up jobs and do side hustles. You can create your own company, but you need to have the awareness. So step number one in me telling you you can create your dream life is the awareness that you can create your dream life. I don't care what color your skin is, whether you're male or female, whether you're young or old, whether you were born rich or poor. That's past. That's operating on your family story. Get that out of there. You are you. And if you start to learn and do things in a certain way, you will take charge, make your life, make your mind your own, and start building your own future. Stop living out the programming of yesterday, of your family. Shut that all up, start learning, and then build your own dream life. So the awareness is no matter who you are, what you do, what your income is right now, you can change your life. Trust me. And if you don't believe me and you don't think you can do it, believe in the fact that I believe you can. That's all you need. Look around. Most of the people that are rich didn't come from wealth. They decided that they didn't want to live in poverty. They didn't want to recreate that life. They learned the information I share on this channel, and they started to create a new reality and a new reality and a new reality. And then it compounds and your life changes over time, right? If you're 35 years old and you look at your life, you didn't just create that life yesterday. Your life as it sits right now, everything, your friends, your family, your relationships, your income, your health, your physique, your weight, your look, everything is a result of past thoughts, beliefs, actions. Okay, I hope we got that covered. Believe that you can build your dream life. That is the first step. You need to have the awareness and be willing to do it. You won't necessarily trust or see it right away, but you need to have the awareness that you can do it and be willing to step forward. Step number one, the awareness. Step number 2 is the decision. Here's the thing. Anything hard in life, changing your life is hard because you've created this reality and you are this person. How do you start to change your life when you've been practicing being you? When you've built your life, when you've practiced your life for 42 years, in my case, I am me. If I want to change who I am today, I love my life, but if I want to level up, it's not going to be the same Tracy that's going to get me to the next level. With the thoughts and information and beliefs and feelings and actions I do right now, I'm going to roughly create the same life going forward, pending outside things affecting it, right? But you need to make a decision. And you need to get so absolutely fed up of your life and even of yourself. Sometimes I love my life. I love me. I'm confident in me. Sometimes I get just tired of it, and you need to. Because if you're not tired and angry and fed up, you're not going to have the fire to make the decision to change your life. Welfare. I've covered this many times in videos. Welfare families, there's a reason they're third or fourth generation, because when you see welfare all around you, that's what you see. You bring it in through your eyes and your ears, hearing people talk about poverty, seeing it all around you. That becomes your reality. It goes in your eyes and ears into your brain, and you go, we live in poverty. We live in poverty. This is the peak of my life. I'm going to be poor. Then you just put that here, and whatever goes into the screen of your mind is what you recreate, because you don't have any other information. So you just do the actions and the thoughts and the beliefs of a generation that has been in welfare and poverty. So what does that mean? You do the exact same thing you see your parents and grandparents do. Well, if you do the exact same thing that they're doing, you're going to get the exact same results. Here's the horrible thing. Not only is that a terrible way to live, sometimes it happens and there's tragedies, yes, but a majority of the people that are living a life of quiet desperation don't realize they can change it. And not only for yourself, it takes you to change your life, but you are the only person that can change the future lineage of your family. No pressure, right? No pressure. My goodness. But somebody needs to break the welfare chain. And that starts with somebody listening to this and going, wait a minute, I don't have to be welfare. There's opportunities. There's a way out. You might not have the roadmap, but just the awareness. Oh, I can get out of this. Other people got out of welfare and build a good life, become wealthy, become rich. Oh, and then you need to get good and mad. You really do, because you need that fire to push you forward, or else it's so easy to become complacent and just recreate your same life and never change it. And if you don't change it, your kids and grandkids will live that way unless somebody down the line changes it for your family, right? And when they talk about generational curse breakers, that's what they're talking about. I don't even like these curse and trauma words. Yes, there is trauma. I'm not saying there isn't. Some bad stuff happens to people. But when they're talking about this generational pattern, generational curses, that's what they're talking about. Somebody finally says, I'm done. I'm not living in poverty. My goodness, that guy on social media, he's an idiot and he's wealthy. Wait a minute, that guy just started dancing on TikTok and he's making money. The awareness, and then getting good and mad and saying, enough, I will change my life, do or die. You need to be intense. Awareness, decision, and then it's realizing it's you. That's the hard part, because most of our life, we grow up with a family that helps us. Obviously, when we're a kid, we need help. And we always have family around to help us out. Then we go in the school system and the teachers are there to look for guidance. University, if we go there, they provide answers, help us out. There's always somebody there. And it becomes a bit like we think somebody's going to come from the outside and lift us up and help us make money, whether that's the boss. You're in a job and you're like, I'm working really hard. That boss is going to realize how great I am and give me a $10,000 raise. It doesn't happen that way. You need to elevate your work and your knowledge for yourself because you will get promoted, but that helps build you and your worth because you're your own security, right? So you can take that and level up your game. You're going to get a raise. Maybe you'll go to the next job. Then maybe you're like, heck, I'm such a great graphic designer. I want to start my own business. Then you do side hustles. Then you build your own company. Then you're self-employed. It's a game of awareness, decision, and then action. So the next is realizing, what do you want? And I remember I was building a media company, so I wanted to be self-employed and I wanted to make money. I'm not ashamed to say it. Money is a beautiful thing. It can be used for bad and people do bad things for it, but money is a beautiful thing. And honestly, it makes the world go round. And if you don't have it, I don't care what you say, it makes life challenging. Money itself is just paper. It's nothing. It provides you with options, comfort, possibility, and the ability to make a difference. So you need to decide what you want. And that might just be, I want to become self-employed. Set that as your goal. Where are you now? You're an employee, not making enough. That's your current. And then it's as simple as this. This is how you create your reality. You start walking towards your goal. So here's my analogy that I've come up with on how I see it happening. A lot of people go, well, that's easy, Tracy. Oh my God, like how do I start my own company and make a lot of money? If you look that far, you're going to get overwhelmed because it's too far. You're not ready. You're not that person. That's 100 steps away. One of my mentors when I was learning and starting my business was Jack Canfield. And one of his Chicken Soup for the Soul. And one of his favorite sayings is, you don't need to know the whole way. You just need to know the next 100 feet. And he used the analogy of driving a car at night. When you drive a car at night, your headlights only see about 100 feet in front of you. And it's the same as building your life and building a business. If you go, I want to own a huge graphic design company, and then you're sitting here as an employee, young, without some of those skills, you're going to get so overwhelmed. You're going to just metafizzle out, and then you won't do it because you're looking too far. So here's my analogy that I've built over the years on the fact that you can create your reality, and this is the process to do it. I'm going to talk about the reality creation framework a little deeper, but this is the path, the inspiration, the steps to how you create your dream life. So your mind is like a GPS in a vehicle. It really is. It's powerful. And it has a goal-seeking mechanism. Whatever you tell your mind, whatever goal you give it, is what it will accomplish. Let's say you continue to tell your mind that you're poor. It scans. That's what the job of our brain is. It scans reality to find a reality that matches what you believe. So if you look and you go, oh my God, there's nothing but death and destruction and poverty. When you're watching the news, that's what they want you to believe. If you take that in as your reality and believe that, your brain is going to look for that. Meanwhile, that same person that is programmed for wealth and opportunity will drive around the same city as you and look at all the new businesses coming up. Look at voids where a new business could be. Same person, same situation. You might be driving in your vehicle and you're poverty programmed, fear, destruction. All you do is drive around the city and look at the unfortunate, heartbreaking situations of homeless people, drug people. The one business that is actually closed down. That's what you spot because your brain has been told that it's all poverty. So your brain goes, oh, okay, let's find that. And it looks for everything. Meanwhile, the next person is driving right beside you in another car and they're programmed for riches and they're looking around and they're going, look at all those new pop-ups. Look at that skyrise. There are how many people in there? I wonder what the income is. Somebody built that. Look at that gal walking with her Gucci bag. There's a company that built that, and everything that's on that woman is a product that's been provided. I wonder if I could do that. Look at that business closed down. Maybe I can do that business in a better way. What you are programmed, your brain will seek out. So let's go back to the GPS. You want to be self-employed. Let's pretend we're a car. You put that in your mind. I want to be self-employed. Now let's pretend it's a driving analogy. You want to get to California and you live in central Canada, Manitoba, Canada, where I'm from. Okay. So California is the end goal. For our situation here, being a business owner is the end goal and making $1 million. Let's say that. You program that in your brain. Driving, you'd be like, okay, GPS, let's program that. How do we get to California? And then it says, okay, here's the course. Now you go, okay, I want to be a business owner. And your brain goes, ooh, that's far way out. But wait a minute, we're not getting to California in a hop. We're getting to California in thousands and thousands of miles and kilometers. And along that way, we got to do 1 mile, 2 mile, 3 mile, pit stop, 4 mile, 5 mile. Oh my God, flat tire. 6 mile. Wait a minute. We're in the ghetto somewhere and we parked and then our car got stolen. Mayday. Our life can be seen the same as going on a road trip. We have an end goal. On a road trip, you hop in the vehicle and you start driving. Chances are stuff is going to happen. It's going to take a while. You're going to be programmed to go this way, and then all of a sudden construction detours you all around the city, and then you get lost. Here, you're going to go, I want to be a business owner. Okay, let's map out what we think that is. Let's take a course on graphic design freelancing, or let's research freelancing websites. Okay, that's step 1. Step 2 is we're going to put a profile up. And then we're going to promote this with social media accounts, reach out to businesses. You see what I mean? We set an end goal, and that end goal is far. Don't look at that. We need to get in the car at night with 100 feet of light, and that's all we see. We're not looking at California. We can't see it. We can't get there. We're not looking at being $1 million business owner because you need to do a lot of steps on becoming that $1 million business owner. You're going to just 100 feet in front of you. What is today's step? And that's the thing people don't realize. They look to the end and it's so intimidating. You freeze up and then you don't do it. Because when is a good day to accomplish that? Never. Because you'll never accomplish it in one day. You need to go, okay, what's the next 100 feet of driving? Let's focus on that and show up and drive safely and navigate whatever challenges. We know that I want to get to North Dakota today or by tomorrow, and we're going to spend the night there. That's our first goal. Here, like I said, we're going to research freelance websites. That's our first goal. The next one would be to pop up profiles. And then the next one would be add our samples of graphic design work to our profile. Then the next one would be reaching out to a client and getting them to do a testimonial and adding it. And then you have your body of work there. You have, then you're going to want to build your own website where people can go for more information. Not necessary, but it's nice to have your home base online. And then you're going to get that going and you're going to be like, okay, I have a nice profile. Wait a minute, there's a lot of businesses online. Maybe I could just send some emails and let them know that I'm here and then I can help them. And then you get the first job and then you do that job and then you have another testimonial. And then maybe you do the first job and the client doesn't like it. It happens. Then you got to redo it or tweak it or deal with that situation, like your drive to California. You're going to get a flat tire. You're going to start your business, and then all of a sudden a client's going to be very unhappy and complain. Okay, let's handle it, fix it, and carry on. People don't realize that achieving your dream life is very factual. It's very goal oriented. It has nothing to do with where you came from, who you are, who your family is. It has everything to do with the awareness, making the decision, deciding where you want to go, realizing where you're at. It's good contrast, and then start walking forward and don't quit. That's how to build your dream life. It's as easy as that. It's not easy. It's simple, but not easy. One of my favorite expressions. You're going to encounter a lot of obstacles. Driving to California from Manitoba, Canada. Oh my goodness, what's going to happen? You hit the ditch because of a snowstorm in Canada here. You get a flat tire. Your radiator goes on your vehicle. That's a far drive. A lot can happen. A lot can happen. Same with your business. And it's not always smooth. We just need to know it's possible, make the decision, decide where we're going, and start walking. It's as easy as that. You're going to go, Tracy, it's not. It is. I mean, your journey here is not going to be easy. It's not meant to be. If you want easy, just stick with what everybody else does and stay in your job. That's what nobody tells you. You're going to run into fear, doubt, and uncertainty when you start emailing and phoning companies. You'll be like, oh my God, maybe my work isn't good. Maybe they're going to hang up on me. Maybe they're going to reject me. The process, it's simple. The doing it and becoming that person is the journey. And that's not necessarily easy, but you really just need to decide and want it bad enough that you are not going to settle and you are not going to live your life the same way as you're living it now and or your family's lived it for generations. I hope this helps. It sounds so simple, but this has been my learnings. Call me slow. Maybe I'm slow, but when you're young, you don't quite realize how it works, and you're optimistic and you think your career is going to be great and it's going to pay you a lot of money and somebody's going to notice your brilliance and give you more money. It doesn't work that way. You just really need to become the captain of your own ship. And if you want to be a money boss, if you want to be the captain of your ship, destiny of your soul, whatever way we want to put it, if you want to live life on your own terms and not be stuck in the rat race, you need, again, I'll repeat it one final time, to know it's possible for you. You need to decide what you want. You need to think of what your end goal is, which may change. You might be driving to California and you're like, hey, wait a minute, I want to spend some time in the Colorado mountains. And then you pause. Or you're like, forget California, they just had an earthquake. Let's go to Texas. That's the thing people don't realize. Once you start going, business looks different. And most people that have the big business, that's not their first business. They said, I want to be self-employed. I'm going to be a graphic designer. And then they started on that journey and they're like, whoa, wait a minute. There is AI and I can teach AI and offer courses. You just start stepping forward. And just like our car here with 100 feet of light, the next step becomes clear to you. Oh, okay, there's the highway. There's 100 feet. Here's my next step. Oh, wait a minute. I want to do this. Or you fail at that idea because you realize it didn't work. But all this skill and knowledge and miles you've traveled have not been for nothing. You're becoming the person that's going to own that $1 million business. And you might fail at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 businesses in between. It's a journey. It's simple, but not easy. But it is totally, absolutely 500% possible for you. And that is the point of this video. If you are sitting there and You know you're made for more. Heck, we're all made for more. I think we are all divinely created and given gifts and weaknesses that are going to shape and help us on our journey. And a gift that's going to drive us forward to what we are good at and what we can do and what we can bring to the world or our family if we want to be a mom. I believe we are all divinely made. There's no mistakes. There's no mistakes. There are just people like you and I. I wasn't taught this stuff. There are just people that have been given the cookie cutter framework, outdated knowledge of the school system, the lack of financial education that got us in the life that you may be living today. To me, here's another analogy for the little bits of valuable information we actually get from our education journey. To me, it's like compared to what we need to know to be financially successful and in charge of our own life and enjoy our life. It's like taking a toddler and saying, okay, when you hit the water, you're going to need a swim, and then throwing them in the lake. That is how I feel we have been equipped if it comes to living our dream life. The school system set you up to be an employee. If that's what you want to be and you're rocking it, do it. Because not everybody wants to make money. There are people that I don't care. I don't get it. Money Boss channel. And if you're watching, you're not that person either. There's different personalities. And of course, I have Sacred Money Archetype free quiz. Check that out. But there are different people with different callings and gifts in this world. And if you're driven to make money and build a business, don't be ashamed of that. That's a special calling you've been given. And inside of you, I don't care what your life looks like right now. If you have a mind and if you're able-bodied, even better, you can build the life of your dreams. And I think that's the actual mission of life. They forget to tell us. They just say, here's cookie cutter knowledge to be a great employee. Pick a good, reliable job that most don't exist anymore and go do it. Who cares if you're creative and you decided accounting's good for you and it's killing your soul? Just do that. Life's meant to be a struggle. No, it's not. Not in this day and age. Here's the thing. We're afforded opportunities as we sit right now that my parents, maybe your parents, depending on your age, my parents and grandparents never had. My grandma, the one I knew, was a housewife on a farm. She was a farm wife, raised many children. That was her role. Some women of that generation worked, many didn't. My parents, my mom created a business. My dad was a self-employed trucker. They knocked it out of the park. They built on the opportunity and knowledge that their parents gave them. And I built on the opportunity that my parents gave me in life. And now I'm in a world where literally everything is at our fingertips, but we just need to operate, act, do, be in the way that aligns and drives us towards our dream life. California, business owner. I hope that makes sense. My goodness, that was a lot of years for me to piece that together. It sounds so simple when I say it, but it's just the bumping and the stepping forward and going, wait a minute, I can. Wait a minute. My life does create, and my thoughts do create my reality. If I show up, oh God, I fail. Get back up. Launch a new product. Change the product. Don't quit. Want to quit. Get back up. It has taken me a lot of years to see how clear it is and how much we're not actually taught if we want to take the track of being a business owner and being a money boss in charge of our finances, our life, and living out our destiny. That's what I call a money boss, being in charge of our money and our life and doing something that sets our soul on fire, which comes from pursuing a business venture, getting money, and then living in your gifts and showing up and then serving the world. I hope this helped. If you like this episode, like it, share it, get it out there. I am on a mission to create this channel. The moneybosscollective.co. Sign up for our community. Like, subscribe this video. Follow along. Let me say it one time. If you're sitting there going, I want to, I don't know if I can. Be willing to believe that you can if you follow a path, because there's people that have done it before you. And if you don't believe in yourself, believe in the belief that I know that you can. I don't even need to know who you are, because I know the path is factual. Making money is a science. If you do things in a certain way, you will start to create your dream life. Like it, subscribe, and join me on next week's video. Man, guys, I am creating a revolution in money for you and for everybody out there. Life is not meant to be a struggle. Let's become a money boss and let's step into our unique personal destinies. See you next week. Bye-bye.